Well, hey there, friend. Glad you could stop by. Sit yourself down. And don't worry, I won't quiz you on anything fancy like algebra or TikTok trends. I'm 80 years old, and let me tell you, if there's one thing I've learned after all these decades, it's this. Your body isn't made of steel. It's made of water. Now, don't roll your eyes at me just yet. I know what you're thinking. Paul, everybody knows we need water. But friend, knowing and doing are two very different things. And after 65, staying hydrated ain't just good advice, it's survival. Let me take you back a bit. I used to be the kind of guy who'd laugh off water like it was some silly trend. I was raised on black coffee, bourbon, and whatever soda was on sale. Water was for fish. But boy, did that foolishness catch up to me. Let me tell you the day everything changed. It was a summer Tuesday, hot as a frying pan on Satan's stovetop. I was out in the garden trying to wrangle my tomato plants, sweat pouring down my back, lips drier than a preacher's toast at Sunday service. I felt dizzy, nauseated, and for a split second, I thought the good Lord was calling me home. Turned out it wasn't divine intervention, it was dehydration. And that was the wake-up call I didn't know I needed. So now, friend, I'm going to walk you through every little trick, tip, and tiny secret I've picked up on how to stay hydrated after 65, and why it's the one thing you can't afford to ignore. This ain't just medical fluff. This is real-deal advice from someone who's danced with dehydration and lived to sip another day. Number 1, the older you get, the trickier it gets. Here's the deal, buddy. When you're young, your body practically screams when it needs water. Dry mouth, headaches, fatigue, it'll throw a tantrum. But after 65, those alarms go quiet. I once went an entire day without drinking more than a cup of tea, and I didn't even feel thirsty. My skin looked like wrinkled crepe paper, my eyes were all sunken in, and I kept forgetting things I just heard 5 minutes ago. I thought I was going senile, but nah, I was just thirsty. You see, our sense of thirst gets dull with age, like an old radio that only picks up static. So you can't wait around for your body to say, hey, I'm thirsty. You gotta outsmart it. Number 2, set alarms, not just for meds, but for water. Now I know half of us seniors have more alarms than the Pentagon. One to wake up, one for pills, one to remind us we forgot what the last alarm was for. But here's the trick. Set a water alarm. That's right. Set one every 2 hours. When it buzzes, sip. Not chug, not drown yourself, just sip. I keep a glass of water right next to my recliner, and every time that little buzzer goes off, I take a few sips. That little habit saved me from brain fog and dry skin worse than a lizard in Arizona. Number 3, eat your water too. Now here's where it gets sneaky and kind of fun. You ever heard of eating your water? No, I ain't talking about chewing on ice cubes like a weirdo. I'm talking cucumbers, watermelon, celery, oranges, strawberries, stuff that's like nature's hydration in disguise. These juicy little delights don't just hydrate you, they also sneak in nutrients like vitamins and fiber that keep your gut happier than a cat in a sunbeam. I add them to my breakfast every morning. My grandkids even think I'm trendy now because I'm always snacking on fruit like some wellness influencer. Let me tell you, I ain't no influencer, but I sure feel better. Number 4, cold water versus warm water. Does it matter? Oh ho ho, this one's been debated more times than the best barbecue joint in Texas. So here's my take. Drink what you'll actually drink. Some folks swear by warm lemon water in the morning. Me, I like mine cold and refreshing, especially after gardening. But the important part ain't the temperature, it's the consistency. Don't wait until you're dragging like an old tractor in the mud. Start your day with water. Make it the first thing you gulp before that glorious coffee hits your lips. Number 5, pee patrol. Watch your water report. Now I know this ain't dinner table talk, but we're friends, right? Your pee is your personal hydration report card. If it's light yellow, you're golden, pun intended. If it's dark, cloudy, or smells like a science experiment gone wrong, you need water, buddy, fast. This trick alone helped me dodge a nasty urinary tract infection one year. And let me tell you, those are no joke after 65. You want to avoid them like your neighbor's political rants at Thanksgiving. Hey, if you're getting something useful out of this, go ahead and hit that like button, drop a comment below telling me your favorite hydration tip, and subscribe to the channel for more nonsense advice from an old guy who's been through the ringer and lived to sip another day. We're just getting warmed up, friend. Number 6, the I don't want to be running to the bathroom every 5 minutes trap. You know what I used to say when someone told me to drink more water? I don't want to be running to the bathroom every 5 minutes. Sound familiar? Yeah, I used to think avoiding water meant fewer trips. But what it really meant was dry joints, low energy, and constipation that could have turned a saint into a sailor. The truth is, when your body's hydrated, your bladder behaves better. Your bowel, too. The constant peeing, that's usually from drinking a whole jug at once, instead of spacing it out. Sip throughout the day and let your body adjust. It ain't about flooding the pipes. It's about steady maintenance. Number 7, skip the sugar bombs, stick to real hydration. This one hit me hard. I used to think Gatorade and soda were hydrating. I'd slurp down a cola and think I was doing myself a favor. Wrong. Those sugary drinks, they actually pull water out of your body. Ain't that a kick in the pants? Sodas, energy drinks, fancy coffee concoctions, they dehydrate you. I once drank 2 sodas back to back at a barbecue, and later that night, I felt like I'd been dragged across the desert by a camel with a grudge. My legs cramped up, my head throbbed like a bass drum, and I couldn't sleep for nothing. So now I keep it simple. Water, herbal tea, maybe some coconut water now and then. And when I really need a splash of flavor, I toss in lemon slices, a sprig of mint, or even some frozen berries. Tastes fancy, feels refreshing, and makes me look like I got my life together. Almost. 8. Keep a hydration buddy. Let me tell you, accountability ain't just for marriages and weight loss. It works for water, too. My neighbor Earl and I, we're the original hydration heroes. Every morning we check in with each other. Hey Earl, had your first glass yet? Yup, Earl, I'm on number 2. It sounds silly, but it works. A little competition, a little reminder, and boom, we're both hydrated and full of pep. Earl says he hasn't had a dizzy spell in months, and his wife swears his skin looks 10 years younger. I told him it's probably just the lighting. He told me to go drink more water. Having a hydration buddy makes it a habit, not a chore. So find yourself a friend, a grandkid, your spouse, heck, even your dog if you have to, and make hydration a shared mission. 9. Invest in a water bottle you actually like. You wouldn't believe how many water bottles I've owned and lost over the years. Some were too bulky, some too leaky, and one, no joke, smelled like feet no matter how much I scrubbed it. Then I found the one, my perfect water bottle. It's stainless steel, easy to hold, keeps water colder longer than my memory can remember, and it's bright red so I can't lose it. Having a bottle you actually like makes drinking water more pleasant. It's like having a good wallet. You carry it with pride. Keep that bottle close like it's your emotional support cup. Take it to bed, the store, even bingo night. Folks might laugh, but hey, hydrated and alive beats cool and crinkled. 10. Water before meals, not just after. Here's a sneaky trick that's helped my digestion more than prune juice ever did. Drink a small glass of water before each meal. Not only does it help you feel fuller, so you don't eat like a linebacker, but it also helps your gut prepare to do its job. Since I started this habit, my belly's less bloated, My burps are more polite, and I don't fall into a post-lunch food coma like I used to. Plus, it's an easy routine. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner all start with a little hydration. 11. Beware of dry meds. Oh, buddy, if I had $1 for every pill that turned me into the Sahara Desert, I'd have enough for a whole case of spring water. Some medicines we take, blood pressure pills, diuretics, antihistamines, they pull moisture out of your body. That's just part of the deal. So if you're on meds, and let's face it, most of us could open our own pharmacy, you need even more hydration to stay balanced. I take my meds with a big glass of water and chase it with a few bites of juicy fruit. Helps them go down smoother and keeps me from drying out like a forgotten sponge in a garage. 12. Create hydration habits around daily activities. You don't need a new habit. You need to tie water into the ones you already have. For example, every time you check your phone, drink water. Every time you sit down to watch TV, drink water. After every bathroom trip, drink water. It's called habit stacking, a fancy term the young folks made up, but I'm all in on it. I turned brushing my teeth into a double hydration event. Water before, water after. Feels like I'm refreshing my whole body. When water becomes as automatic as putting on socks in the morning, you're doing it right. 14. Travel smart hydration. Now this one's for all my fellow travelers, whether it's a plane to see grandkids or just a trip to the grocery store. Always bring water. Always. Airplanes are drier than a bad marriage, and even a short car ride can leave you parched, especially in summer. Keep a bottle in your bag or in the cup holder, and when you're out walking, water should be your sidekick, like Robin to your Batman. Oh, and don't trust gas station drinks unless you want a sugar crash halfway through your trip. Pack your own and sip steady. 15. Hydrate for brain power. Now let me tell you the real secret to why I'm still sharp at 80. It ain't crossword puzzles, it ain't Sudoku, and it sure ain't that weird herbal tea my niece keeps trying to sell me. It's water. The brain is 75% water. That's right, your thinker runs on liquid. When I'm hydrated, I remember names better, I can follow conversations without zoning out, and I can even tell a halfway decent joke without forgetting the punchline. But if I skip water, foggy, tired, moody. I turn into one of those grumpy cartoon grandpas. My family notices it instantly. If you want to stay sharp, stay sipping. 16. Night hydration. Not too much, not too little. Tricky one here, friend. You don't want to guzzle water right before bed unless you enjoyed 2 a.m. bathroom sprints in the dark. But you also don't want to go to sleep dry as a raisin. So here's what I do. I drink a half glass of water an hour before bed. Just enough to keep my system running while I snooze, not enough to wake me up every 2 hours doing the bladder boogie. Find your balance. Your body will thank you. Your sheets will too. 17. Don't rely on coffee and tea alone. Now, I love my morning coffee like a kid loves cartoons, but caffeine, that sneaky devil, pulls water out of you. Same with strong black tea. If you drink them, you gotta compensate. For every cup of coffee I have, I follow it with a glass of water. It's like a hydration handshake. Keeps my energy steady and my body balanced. 18. Bonus tip. Listen to your body. It whispers before it screams. When you're young, the body yells. When you're older, it whispers. You gotta listen to those whispers. A little fatigue, a little dry mouth, a tiny headache, some crankiness. You might chalk it up to age, but a lot of the time, it's just thirst in disguise. I used to ignore those signs until they grew into full-blown problems. Now, I respect them. I pause, I sip, and I let my body know I'm still listening. Because if there's one thing I've learned in 80 decades, It's that your body will always try to take care of you if you take care of it first. So there you have it, friend. Staying hydrated after 65 ain't just about drinking water. It's about loving your body, respecting your age, and staying one step ahead of the slow creep of decline. I'm 80 years old, and I feel better now than I did in my 60s. No lie. Why? Because I stopped treating water like an afterthought and started treating it like my best friend. Now go on, grab yourself a glass, drink it slow, savor it, and while you're at it, if this old tale did you some good, why not give it a thumbs up? Leave me a comment with your own hydration trick and hit that subscribe button so we can keep swapping stories like this. You and me, we're in this aging thing together. Might as well do it right, one sip at a time.